What were the WWII medical experimentation atrocities? Imagine being told that some of the most shocking acts of cruelty happened under the guise of scientific progress during the Second World War. It sounds unbelievable, but it's a stark reality. During this time, both Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan carried out horrifying experiments on prisoners and civilians. These experiments had no regard for human life or dignity. In Nazi camps like Dachau and Buchenwald, inmates were infected with deadly diseases such as malaria, typhus, and tuberculosis to test vaccines and treatments. They were also subjected to freezing temperatures to study hypothermia, often resulting in death. Some prisoners endured repeated surgeries where bacteria mixed with dirt or glass were deliberately introduced into wounds to observe infection. Many suffered extreme pain, paralysis, or died from these procedures. In addition, experiments on head injuries and poisons caused severe suffering or insanity. Meanwhile, in Japan, the infamous Unit 731 conducted brutal biomedical experiments on Chinese prisoners and civilians. They performed vivisections, surgical operations on living subjects without anesthesia, to study disease progression and organ functions. Victims were infected with deadly illnesses like the plague and cholera. Limbs were amputated and reattached in unnatural ways, or crushed and frozen to understand gangrene and circulation issues. After these horrific procedures, victims were often killed to hide evidence. These experiments caused immense pain and death on a large scale, all in the name of military research. These acts broke every rule of medical ethics, including the Hippocratic Oath to do no harm. The goal was to improve battlefield medicine and combat infectious diseases, but the methods were inhumane. Prisoners had no say and were often powerless, subjected to pain, mutilation, and death without consent. The terrible truth of these atrocities led to the creation of new international standards like the Nuremberg Code, which emphasizes voluntary consent and humane treatment. Understanding these events helps us remember the importance of protecting human rights and ethical standards in medicine. These experiments reminded us of the darkest moments in wartime society and the suffering civilians endured during this devastating period.